was a decision that came upon us because if you look at the alternatives across Europe, private equity, venture capital, sometimes that form of financing product can be very misaligned, particularly to an organization that's actually trying to do something very new. And which may sound slightly new for someone saying that about venture. But when it's a brand new product category, sometimes it short circuits the decision-making process that can take place within the venture community. They find it very difficult to value. They either overvalue it or undervalue it. And I think it ends up with something that's very kind of unhappy situation for everybody. The difference with the public market is that it tends to look at the business first. Is this a business that's making solid progress? Is it servicing a client base successfully? Is it generating value? Is it building a fan base? And if those characteristics are in place, if there's a predictability and it's a well-managed business, then it's something that the public markets really enjoy. So I think from Blue Prism's perspective, it's a phenomenal story. We raised £1.6 million in terms of venture prior to listing 2 years ago. Since listing 2 years ago, we are now trading at over $1 billion in terms of market valuation. I think over £1 billion very recently. So this is a 20x increase in terms of value for a business that raised finance prior to that something equivalent to a family house in London. A consequence was that probably about 70% of the company was owned by the management when we went to IPO. And so I think it's a very, very different flavor. I think it's very interesting in terms of showing a new way in which a company that's taking a very bold vision to market can actually access capital raising. And yeah, I think that is something that other entrepreneurs will look at and say, if that's something that's available to them, it's well worth consideration.
These awards are really important because they are highlighting the importance of SMEs throughout Europe and how they play a key role for growth and job creation. We would like to thank the European Commission, FESE and European Issues for this initiative, and this is why we fully support at LSEG, the European Commission, on the Capital Markets Initiative. At London Stock Exchange Group, as operator of the main growth market in Europe, we are delighted that Blue Prism has been chosen as Star of Innovation this year.